Okay, good morning. We are going to finish up the adaptive immune response today. Over here is where we're going to begin. Remember that this is the humoral response. And we contrast that, or we compare that to the other response that's going on at the same time, cell-mediated. The cell-mediated response targets infected body cells. The humoral response targets pathogens that are free-floating in bodily fluids. Humoral simply means in the fluid. You may remember the vitreous humor or the aqueous humor from the eye unit. This is just referring to any sort of bodily fluid. And so there's a different cell type, and that is a B cell. And so whereas the cytotoxic T cell over here was the cell type that targeted the infected body cells, here we have a B cell doing the work. And just like the cytotoxic T cell, the B cell is going to require activation from helper T. So helper T is still the head honcho, controlling and orchestrating both attacks, but the activation of the B cell looks a little bit different on this side. One of the reasons it looks different is because the B cells have different shaped receptors. So their receptors look like a Y. All B cells have receptors on their surface that look like a Y. This particular B cell is going to have arms to the Y that match the shape of the pathogen. Again, so we have shape matching going on here and shape matching going on here. So this B cell receptor is one of the ways it's very different from a T cell. The B cell receptor allows a couple things to happen. First of all, it allows a pathogen to be recognized and then taken in by the B cell. And antigen presentation occurs here too. Okay, so the pathogen is going to be taken in by the B cell. It's recognized by the shape matching here, and then the B cell will chop it up in little pieces and present an antigen on its surface, similar to the other instances of antigen presentation. At this point, the antigen, and I lost my other marker, I'm just going to have to draw it in a different color. The antigen is going to be recognized by the helper T cell. That's my cat. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, no. And this helper T cell, same guy over here. So these two are the same cells. The helper T cell is going to activate the B cell. And the activation is going to happen using cytokines. So these cytokines are the same cytokines that they were, oh my gosh, I can't do this again, Maya, come on. Same cytokines that they were over here in orange, okay? So in summary, sorry for the interruption, pathogen gets taken in by the B cell, antigens are presented, a helper T that is bearing the same receptor shape is going to identify this B cell as expressing or presenting that antigen, and is going to activate the B cell using cytokines. And once active, what that B cell is going to do is become an antibody secreting cell. Okay, so once active, the B cell is going to differentiate into so here's the receptor, it looks like a Y. It's going to differentiate into an antibody releasing cell. So it's going to release antibodies, and those antibodies are going to float around. And because they match the shape of pathogens, in this case a specific pathogen, they are going to attach themselves to the antigens on the pathogen that we are attacking. So these shapes are specific. So I would say, like, because the surface molecule or antigen on this pathogen is circular, these antibodies are circular. If this was a triangular looking antigen, these would look triangular looking at the ends of the Y. What happens is here, because the antibodies have two arms, they can attach to two pathogens at the same time. And what this causes is a clumping of pathogens. And the clumping of pathogens allows another cell, again, I don't have my colors coordinated, to come in and gobble these up. This is a macrophage, and it's going to phagocytize or gobble up these free pathogens that have been targeted, they've been marked or flagged by the antibodies. So like the macrophage knows where to find it, and they've been grouped by the antibodies. They've been clustered together. So this is phagocytosis of grouped pathogens. The macrophage is going to, let's just write it, macrophage, is going to destroy those pathogens. So we're accomplishing the goal of the humoral response. But the key here is that this step looks a lot like this step. And so this is going to lead to more antigen presentation. Why is that a big deal? Because this is an example of positive feedback, okay? So in negative feedback, the response dials down the initial factor stimulating it. In positive feedback, we get an acceleration of the response, or a enhancement, like an exaggeration of the response, because if this macrophage is going to present antigens, then the immune response is going to increase in its strength, because it's going to come back up here, activate more helper T cells, more cytokines are going to be released, more cytotoxic T cells are going to be activated, more body cells are going to die that are infected, more B cells are going to be activated, more antibodies are going to be produced, more clumping and tagging of these pathogens is going to happen, more phagocytosis. So we get an amplified effect. Okay, tomorrow is going to be all review. So Mrs. Komarnicki is going to go through the slides with you, and I think this is complicated. The pictures aren't perfect, but that was your introduction to the humoral response. Thanks, guys.